The internet is successfully tricking NLE Choppa into getting himself hurt really badly. And if he don't stop, it's gonna end really bad for him.
No.
Now, NLE Choppa manic episode started when he dropped this diss track against NBA YoungBoy.
That's where it started, right?
Yeah. For not being a positive influence to the kids, but the entire internet clowned him, called him a weenie for dropping this diss track. So ever since the internet's reaction to this diss track, NLE Choppa has been trying to prove to the internet that he's not a weenie and he's actually gangster, which goes against the very message that he's preaching in that NBA YoungBoy.
The internet is playing a dangerous game, and NLE Choppa is standing right in the middle of it. What started as jokes, comments, and online pressure has now turned into something far more serious, something that could end with real consequences, not just trending clips and viral moments. When people say the internet will gas you up and let you crash out, this is exactly what they mean. Now, Choppa didn't wake up one day trying to be in a full-blown war with Blueface. It didn't begin with street threats or violence. It started with opinions, podcasts, reactions, and the endless demand to prove yourself online. But once kids, families, and especially disabled children get dragged into the conversation, the rules change completely. At that point, it's no longer rap beef, internet drama, or clout farming. It becomes personal. Blueface is many things controversial, reckless, loud, but one thing most people agree on is this: when it comes to his kids, that's a line you
called out NLE Choppa for switch sides on him, for turning on him when he did everything in his power to help NLE Choppa when he didn't have to, and he felt like NLE Choppa turned on him and threw him to the wolves and got involved in something he had no business getting involved in.
Are you cool with? You were cool with NLE Choppa? I don't know if you know NBA.
Yeah, I've spoken with bro before. I mean, I don't know. NLE's been asking for it for a long time, so.
You got beef with that man. What? Because that man. Because he.
Why does everything have to? Let me ask y'all this question. Why do everything gotta be beef? Okay, I don't like you. You don't like me. I did some shit that rubbed you the wrong way. I don't agree with it. You don't agree with it. So that means we gotta beef and fight and try to kill each other now? I don't understand that. Why you can't just go that way and I go this way?
You do not cross. And when NLE Choppa made comments comparing their children and mocking Blueface's disabled son, the situation crossed from internet entertainment into something far darker. That wasn't shock value anymore. That wasn't trolling. That was disrespect at the deepest level. Now the internet is watching like it's a TV show, placing imaginary bets on who's tougher, who's bluffing, and who's going to stand on it. But real life doesn't have a pause button. There's no edit button once something like that is said. And while fans laugh, repost, and debate, the people involved are dealing with real emotions, real anger, and real consequences. This is no longer about music. This is about ego, identity, pressure, and what happens when the internet convinces someone to become a version of themselves they were never meant to be. The core of this entire situation comes down to one thing: the internet's ability to manipulate emotions and push people into extremes. NLE Choppa.
Yeah, y'all talking about Chop having an identity crisis. Man, have y'all seen this duck ass face? The this got every brand in the world on his face. Cause you wake up every day, you wanna learn how to be the best gangbanger. You pitiful, sir. You feel me? Mr. Butt Down Tatiana. Mr. man,
Stupid.
That's the only shit I can think of, and I ain't getting many on. Man, you up, dog. You wake up every day, you don't even prioritize nothing bigger than some shit that ain't gave you nothing positive in life.
Bro, you the one talking gangster. He laughed it off. Why you so mad? He laughed it off, bro.
Choppa's recent behavior didn't happen in a vacuum. It developed over time, shaped by reactions, ridicule, praise, and constant online commentary. When Choppa originally entered the conversation criticizing NBA YoungBoy and pushing a message of positivity, spirituality, and responsibility, the internet immediately turned on him. Instead of engaging with the message, people mocked him, questioned his masculinity, and labeled him soft. That backlash clearly struck a nerve. From that moment forward, NLE Choppa appeared to be on a mission to prove something not to fans of his music, but to strangers online who don't know him personally. This is where the contradiction begins. On one hand, he speaks about growth, peace, and so. On the other, he reacts aggressively whenever his toughness is questioned. Those two identities don't coexist easily, and the tension between them is what people now describe as an identity crisis. The situation escalated further when Blueface entered the picture. Blueface didn't initially treat the situation as serious beef. On podcasts and streams, his tone was casual, sometimes joking, sometimes dismissive. He even suggested settling things through conversation or a boxing match, controlled, legal, and profitable. From Blueface's perspective, it wasn't that deep. From Choppa's perspective, however, every word felt like disrespect that demanded escalation. This is where the internet stepped in again. Clips were cut, captions exaggerated, comments flooded with encouragement to turn up and stand on business. Every reaction pushed Choppa further into proving he was about that life. But the more he tried to prove it, the less authentic it sounded to people watching. Instead of appearing confident, he appeared reactive. Instead of powerful, he appeared pressured. The moment everything crossed the point of no return was when children were mentioned, specifically Blueface's disabled son. In any culture, online or offline, kids are off. Once Choppa made comments comparing their children and implying superiority, it stopped being entertainment. It became deeply personal and cruel. That wasn't an attack on Blueface's image or reputation. It was an attack on something sacred. Blueface's response shifted immediately after that. The joking tone disappeared. The option to box it out vanished. From that point forward, the message was clear. You crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. Most people watching agreed on one thing even. Those who disliked Blueface felt Choppa went too far. The internet that once hyped him up began backing away, leaving him exposed to the consequences of his own words. What makes this situation especially troubling is how clearly the internet influenced Choppa's language. Even the insults he used echoed viral jokes and memes that had been circulating online. He wasn't speaking from a place of personal conviction. He was repeating what he knew would shock people and generate attention. And that's the most dangerous part. When clout becomes more important than humanity. This entire situation reflects a larger problem in hip-hop and online culture. Artists are expected to constantly perform toughness, even when it contradicts who they really are. Growth is mocked. Peace is labeled weakness. And when someone tries to balance both worlds, they get torn apart by the audience watching from a safe distance. Blueface, for all his flaws, never escalated the situation to the level Choppa did. He didn't bring up family first. He didn't mock children. He didn't threaten extreme violence publicly. That imbalance is why public opinion shifted so sharply. People can tolerate ego, insults, and diss tracks. They don't tolerate attacks on innocent children. At this point, the damage is already done. Even if apologies are made, words like those don't disappear. They live online forever. Screenshots don't forget. Clips don't expire. And the emotional response they trigger can't be undone with a tweet or an explanation. In the end, this isn't about who's tougher or who would win a fight. It's about how the internet rewards the worst behavior and punishes growth. NLE Choppa didn't lose public support because people hate him. He lost it because people watched him abandon his own message in real time. This situation should serve as a warning, not just to Choppa, but to every artist navigating fame in the age of social media. The internet doesn't care about your safety. It doesn't care about your family. It only cares about engagement. And once you give it something extreme, it will ask for something even worse next time.